everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Today, there's going to be a pair of wide receivers looking to make big plays on the field. It's Stephon Diggs' Vikings going up against Nelson's Packers. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
From one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL, there's a look at LAMBEAU Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Hello, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. As we get set here, Charles, we talk about wide receivers. You know, Larry mentioned it in the open, but that's a big spot to look at here in this one.
I think you identified it perfectly because these guys have such an impact on the game nowadays because they throw the ball more than ever. And whether they're throwing it short, medium, or long, can they snatch it out of the air and create even extra yardage with run after catch?
Set to return, this is Jeff Janis. Gets around him, and he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. Leading them out, there's Brett Hundley, third-year quarterback out of UCLA.
Began his NFL career sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for 2 seasons in Green Bay. But guess what? Aaron Rodgers did the exact same thing sitting behind Brett Favre. Maybe Brett Hundley had the same type of luck with his career as it turned out for Aaron Rodgers.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson, 73 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned to get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. And they're able to get the connection on a long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Case Keenum and the Vikings back on American soil after that win over the Browns across the pond. And Keenum, he threw for a season high as far as attempts go in that game. 27 of 43, just under 300 yards and a pair of touchdowns.
Do you get the feeling that when we talk about Case Keenum, every time he has a game like this, and you tell people, there's always surprise register,
there
isn't
is,
there?
Yeah.
But then you go back and look at him in total and watch how he accumulates it. He has games like this all the time. The Minnesota Vikings have their starting quarterback right now, despite the fact Sam Bradford's been hurt and Teddy Bridgewater's trying to make it back. But Case Keenum's leading this team, and they're following him well.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
They go with Murray again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. The starters now on offense. And Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries. But boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Off play action. Keenum. He sets to fire deep. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camps, no one practices this type of a start, do they?
Especially not on the road. You give up the touchdown on the opening drive. Now there's likely a 3-and-out on your first possession.
Yeah, you throw that incompletion there. You hate to fall into a hole early, especially on the road. Got to be careful.
Ryan Quigley, fifth-year man from Boston College, in to punt it away. Trevor Davis, deep for Green Bay. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Before the offense gets going again, league-wide story here. You and I got a kick out of Juju Smith-Schuster post-game comments because he had a long touchdown, and he said he kept looking over his shoulder because his Madden rating was only an 82 or an 83, thought he was going to get caught.
Yeah, you can tell he's a youngster because us old folks, that's when the Satchel Paige quote comes in. Don't look back, someone might be gaining on you. But I love the fact that he said, my rating, I thought I was faster than that, essentially. Well, guess what? The ratings get updated each week. Juju, you will be an 89 starting next week. And by the way, your actual rating prior to, it was 88.
Yeah, you're a little off, but bottom line, don't look back, just fly forward. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
Holding offense.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now Hundley. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's second down.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go.
Throwing, Hundley. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards.
his position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Back
to throw now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Let's go.
They'll drop to throw. Caught by Nelson left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Come on, let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
They'll set up a throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. They're going to look to throw. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going. For the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Brand 38.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Montgomery. 12 more yards there and another first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second down now after the incompletion. Back to throw again. Staying on his feet. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Tom Johnson able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. After the sack, third and goal now from the 12.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Back to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson as the first half is winding down. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point try now for Crosby. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go now. Blue landing. Blue landing.
The final shot before the break. Keenum going deep for Diggs. And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. So we're at halftime here at LAMBEAU with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Here early in the first, Nelson's got nobody around him on the deep pass. And this great play will go for 6 as they get out to a 7-0 lead. Packers on 2nd and 7. Johnson's got the sack here. This will go as a loss of 5. Packers still on the field. Hundley's on point with the throw, and this goes 12 yards for the score. The Packers up now by 14. So that'll wrap it up for us here at the EA Sports Studio. We'll head back now to Green Bay for the start of the second half.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now it's Keenum here off the bootleg. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And oh, he'll be shoved to the turf that time at the 38-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still first down.
Here we go on 1st and 15. Now Keenum. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. 2nd down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. That was a second down run for Murray. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
First down, Keenum. And Rudolph has it left side. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at LAMBEAU. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Four yards remaining now on second down.
Here we go now. Green 39.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Keenum on third down. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Play action, it's Keenum. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now the Vikings Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Fresh set of downs here. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. The give is to Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd.
Playing coverage here.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee. On now is the Packers punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. And this looks to probably be the final play. One last throw for Keenum. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.